House Bill 807. Clerk will read.
Representatives Carson Smith and Ward. House Bill 807, a bill to be entitled Modify Firearms Retrieval Process in DV Cases. The General Assembly of North Carolina enacts.
Gentleman from Pender, Representative Smith, recognized to debate the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill does a few things in Section 1. First, it authorizes the sheriff to release firearms to a defendant without a separate court order. If the ex parte expires and there's no protective order issued, or if the protective order is denied, then instead of the defendant having to sign up for another court day, pay for another filing fee, go to another judge, and get a piece of paper to get his guns back, he can get them from the sheriff at that point. It also allows third-party owners to file a motion at any time. Right now, if you're a third-party owner, your weapons are taken in the course of a domestic violence protective order ex parte that's being served, you can get your weapons back because they're not the defendants. But if you don't file within 30 days, there's no way for the sheriff to get them back to you. There's a sheriff in this state that has had weapons for 6 years because the third-party owner did not file within 30 days. So we're just taking away that 30-day requirement. And it would also authorize the sheriff to file a motion to dispose of seized firearms 90 days after the expiration of the order or the final disposition if no motion has been made by the defendant to get the weapons back and if notice has been provided to him. And in Section 2, the bill would make the contents of any 911 call where the caller is a child not be a public record. Be glad to answer any questions. Ask for your support.
Lady from Durham, Representative Morey, is recognized to send forth an amendment. The clerk will read.
Representative Morey moves to amend the bill.
Lady has the floor to debate the amendment.
Thank you. I have this amendment that'll make a good bill even better. So this amendment simply adds the ability for the sheriff to destroy the firearm if it is not retrieved. If no one comes in, no one picks it up, we now have 75,000 firearms that are sitting in storage. 25,000 are in Mecklenburg, 11,000 in Greensboro, 9,000 in Fayetteville. They just spent $50,000 to get extra storage. We have a huge problem with these guns that are not being retrieved, they're not being claimed. the sheriffs are having to store them. This simply gives the sheriff another option. You can sell the gun to a licensed firearm dealer, as is law now, or you can destroy them. Please support this amendment. Thank you.
Gentleman from Pender, Representative Smith, recognized to debate the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the lady for offering her amendment. I'm going to have to disagree. I'm not even changing in this bill that part of the law. It will stay the same if this amendment goes down. And basically, the judge can do one of four things. If the weapon is dangerous or doesn't have identification numbers on it, it can order it to be destroyed. It can be turned over to the sheriff's office for their use or to sell, or it can go to the crime lab to catalog it, or the Justice Academy for training. That's pretty much what we do with a lot of the weapons that are taken in other parts of the law. I would ask you to leave it like it is and not support the amendment.
Further discussion, further debate? If not, the question before the House is the adoption of Amendment A1. Those in favor will say aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, noes have it. Noes have it. The amendment fails. Further discussion, further debate on the bill. For what purpose does the lady from Mecklenburg, Representative Cunningham, rise?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To ask Representative Carson a question.
Representative Smith,
Carson
gentleman
Smith,
yield?
yes.
Yields.
I do.
Thank you. Representative Smith, it just dawned on me, the process of capturing the 911 calls from a child, is it something out there that's going to be able to capture? Is it going to be captured by age, or is it some device or something that will be able to capture?
All 911 calls are recorded. If it's a child that has called in, and through investigation you can find out what the age of the caller is before you release it. If it happens to be a child, it would not be a public record.
Thank you. So they're going to capture.
Further discussion, further debate? If not, the question for the House is the passage of House Bill 807 on second reading. Those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed will vote no. The clerk will open the vote. Representative Sylvania wish to vote. Representative Jackson of Cumberland wish to vote. Clerk will lock the machine and record the vote. 104 having voted in the affirmative and 9 in the negative. House Bill 807 passes second reading and without objection will be read a third time.
The General Assembly of North Carolina enacts.
Question